Hello, welcome to this class. We're going to be specifically working on the upper body with the black strip. So if you have a black strip, you're good to go. If you don't have a black strip, some of the exercises you do need to do with the black strip. So feel free to go back to the classes, see if you can find the critical alignment classes that I have taught where you can use towels or the black strip. Either or, if you would like to purchase a black strip, there is a code in the description for this video and you get 10% off any of the critical alignment yoga props. And then you can come back and watch the video and do it again. Either way, we're going to get started. So as usual, we're going to get started double strap, okay, in the upper back. Now, we do tend to start with the double strip in the upper back all the time. There's a reason for it. Usually when we come to class, we need this warm up, all right? So we're warming up here, connecting. So we're laying back, focusing in on your breath, and allowing the body to feel heavier with the exhale. Noticing your feet. If your legs are straight, notice the backs of your legs. Noticing your pelvis. Noticing where the strap is in your upper back. Bringing attention to the weight in the back of your head. Bringing attention to the weight in your arms. Anything that is in contact with the ground, we can allow to soften into the floor. This time as we scan the body, I do want you to notice any uncomfortable sensations. And just notice them. We're not analyzing them. We're not trying to make them go away. We're just looking at them as feedback. There's just an uncomfortable sensation somewhere. We're looking at it in a neutral mindset. All we did was lay down on the strap. It's not tissue damage. We want to give the nervous system this chance to be neutral, not jump to conclusions, not do the what ifs, not try and make it go away. Just be comfortable with that uncomfortable sensation. Remembering, if it is a sharp stabbing sensation, I don't want you to move out of it right away. I want you to just take a breath, notice it, then you can move out of it. You can have one strap underneath you. You can have the double strap. You could be laying on the floor. We're going to bring the awareness into the inhale, creating space from the belly into the side ribs, right up under the collarbones with the very end of your inhale. As we inhale, we're bringing in space. We're allowing for lightness. Just notice for the first 3 breaths that space and that lightness within your torso. Paying attention that your breath is in through the nose, out through the nose, and it's an easy breath. There's no strain to it. There's no forcing it. We don't need a super deep breath. It's just a breath. And bringing awareness to the spaces around the body that are not in contact with the floor. The tops of our feet, our shins, our knee joints, the thighs, your hip sockets, your abdomen, your lower back, your neck, your shoulders, the palms of your hands, the crown of your head, your eyes, your sinuses, and last but not least, your jaw. Allow for a little space in between the teeth. As the inhale brings in that sense of space, that sense of lightness, just for a moment, visualize creating movement and noticing that there would be an ease to that movement. With this exercise, we're going to bring in that movement into the shoulders, the arms. Do take note right now, the rib cage is in a neutral position. It's not being held anywhere with excessive grip. It's not being lifted anywhere. We're going to allow it to stay there. We're going to bring the arms up. Again, that nice ease of movement. Elbows are straight. Fingertips reach up. Before we move the arms, I want to give you two choices with your eyes. You can certainly have them closed. But if you can, we're going to go just a bit further and allow the eyes to be open. When you open them, they're going to get caught trying to look at things, trying to focus on something. I want your eyes to allow the focus to be beyond whichever ceiling you're looking at. Looking beyond to the clouds, looking beyond to the stars. And just letting them feel soft. Bringing that awareness into movement, we're reaching the fingertips up, sinking the shoulders down, finding that ease of movement, that slow movement, and then reaching a little bit for the edges. But when you reach for the edge, keep your rib cage neutral. And just kind of pause at those edges. Sinking the shoulders down. Pause. Reaching the fingertips up. Pause. And allowing that ease. You may notice all of a sudden muscles are trying to help. Just notice. Might not be comfortable, but it is temporary. And we're just noticing. Let those shoulders sink. Moving the arms over your head slowly. That rib cage stays neutral. Elbows remain straight. Feel for your whisper edge. Does it help if you pay attention to your exhale? That sense of softness? Or do you feel safer with that connection to your inhale? That ease of movement, even if you were to wiggle your fingers right now. And wherever that whisper edge was, if it's dissipated, maybe moving a little further. If it didn't, that's okay. Breathe. Connect to the part of your breath that gives you that sense of what you need right now. The eyes remain focused through the ceiling, watching the imaginary clouds or stars above you. Connecting to your breath and feeling safe, yet maybe challenged with this hold. Bringing the arms up. Moving the arms over your head again. Noticing where your edge may be. Connecting to your breath. Allowing yourself to feel the ease of movement, the connection to stability, and that sense of safety. If the body does get to a point where it's feeling a little uncomfortable and needing to move, acknowledge that. Allow for 1 or 2 calm breaths. Then you can move. Bringing the arms back up. Moving the arms over the head again. Being aware, you may find more movement, you might not. But along with finding the whisper edge of movement, I want you to play that edge of when your mind, when your body goes, we're done. And you know you're in a safe space and you can take 1 or 2 more breaths. Then allow for movement. We reach that point where the body gets a little anxious sometimes. We don't want to re-traumatize anything, but we want to play that edge. Not to push forcefully through things, but to acknowledge them calmly. Take those grounding breaths and then allow for movement. Bringing the arms up. Moving the arms one more time over your head. May have started to notice that as we sink into this position, the upper back is releasing. The rib cage is remaining neutral. But your spine, your neck may feel like it's lengthening, like your jaw is sinking. Don't willfully power this. Just notice if it's happening, if it is, if it isn't. May even just feel how your head is shifting. It's feeling heavier. From this position where we are, we're going to slide the shoulder blades. You're going to reach up. Then you're going to sink the shoulder blades down. You're going to draw from this area below the shoulder blades to get that done. Tendency is we think of our neck and our ears and we try and push them down. I want you to draw them down from the muscles below the shoulder joints, below the shoulder blades. And reach. We're not reaching for the floor. We're just reaching out in a straight movement and sinking the shoulder blades down. Finding that same movement when we had the fingertips pointing straight up. But now we're in a different plane. There's different muscles doing the work, but the shoulder blades are still gliding. Maybe not effortlessly, but imagine you're moving through molasses, letting them slide. And then arms come up. Hands can go to the floor, palms turn up. Allow everything to just settle right back into the breath that we started with, that heaviness. You're going to notice different points. You're going to notice different sensations. And again, if it's an uncomfortable sensation, allow the mind to notice it. Does your exhale help connect you to that sense of feeling safe, feeling grounded, allowing for softness, even though the sensation may not change? Or does your inhale connect to that sense of safety, that sense of allowing space, creating lightness? Just live in the question. We are going to roll over, shoulders, hips, and head, all at the same time. Take a pause and come up. Now, building on that, with that rib cage, we're going to take this strip, fold it, and I'm going to try and hold it against this background. It goes from the elbow to about the palm of the hand. This antenna is going to go pointed straight up. So we're in this position. Okay, I want this edge to be in the middle of your neck. All right, so if you can feel the base of your skull, you can feel where that C7 bottom cervical vertebra is. The edge is in the middle of your neck. Ever so gracefully, laying down. It's going to go wonky. Fix it up. Straighten it out. Use your hands. You may need to sit up again, get yourself into that position, but we're right here, middle of the neck. It's staying in the middle of the neck because I want the base of your neck, that C7 vertebra, to remain on that doubled part of the strip. If at any point through the exercise it slides off that edge, lay down or bring yourself down, reposition, start again. All right. What we're going to do is a little bridge position from here. Now we had this strip in the back, the double strip right in between the shoulder blades. So we should be a little accustomed to it here. We're going to lift this into a little bridge. When we do, I wore these pants for a reason. This is not a tailbone tuck lift up this way. Okay, it's not from the pelvis. I want you to lift from your belly button. It's a good chance you've been practicing this already because I talk about it a lot. From your belly button, you are lifting up into little bridge. As you do so, you're going to feel your body transfer weight towards your head. I want you to allow that to shift. Okay, we're lifting up, lifting up, lifting up. Here's where you can allow these ribs to really lift. Let them flare, almost like you're trying to take your rib cage and flip it upside down, lifting your sternum towards your chin, not tucking your chin into your sternum, keeping the neck long, the jaw soft, hanging out here, noticing this is work. Push with your feet towards your shoulders, not so that you come up off that edge of the strip, just so that you can shift that weight, because I want you to feel base of your neck is your grounding spot. Breathe. Let that be your grounding spot, and we're going to be lowering down one vertebra at a time through the spine. Now, before we do, remember, your eyes can be looking through your ceiling or closed. Either way, we're lifting, lifting, lifting from that top vertebra, lowering down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're almost at the bottom, feeling that strap. Think of 11. We do have 12 thoracic vertebrae. They may not all touch that strap because of where the lower back is, but I want you to remain here. Our pelvis is not on the ground. There is space under here. You can feel how your spine is nice and long on that strip. We're going to be lifting again from the belly button. Lifting, 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 pressing with the feet towards the shoulders. Moving up through the spine, we're making the back chain of the body do some work. Now, if your SI joint can be cranky, you're going to bring your knees in just like half an inch, the smallest little bit. Feet are planted. You can see I'm lifting my toes. It's a habit of me lifting my toes. But I'm lifting and moving towards my shoulders. It is work. Again, when you reach a point and your body is saying, I'm reaching the edge, 1, calm, maybe 2, calm breaths, remain connected, remain calm, then you can move. We're going to hang out here maybe 1 or 2 more breaths. We're building this strength up, allowing the neck to lengthen, the jaw is soft. Lowering down 1 vertebra, 2, 3, slow it down. You're probably going to notice there's a section that want to move together. You can slow it down to the point where you work and maybe hold that position for 1 or 2 breaths. We're lowering down all the way until you feel your spine along that strip. Again, pelvis is not on the floor. We are building this up. We're going to lift 1 more time from that belly button all the way up, pressing, pressing, pressing. Probably feel this by now. There may be some shaking happening if there wasn't already. We're moving towards the shoulders, allowing the neck to feel that length, the jaw to allow for that softening. Connect with your breath. Well, I hope you can feel this because I can certainly feel this. Okay. This is always so good and so challenging. Lift, 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 draw that up. And again, lowering one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Finding that little tiny bit of mobility from one vertebra through to the next. Lowering down this time when you get to the bottom and your spine is nice and long. Let your pelvis drop down. Give it that break. Take a breath. You're going to feel how your head just starts tipping back. That's how your spine works. We don't need to hold the jaw in any position. We don't need to hold the neck in any position. When we move this way, it's about noticing how things move without the willpower. Because eventually we want to build this into just finding our nice wiggle spot where we have our balanced alignment, right? Where we're not holding on to that grip and tension of trying to be somewhere. Rolling over onto your side. Oh, no more little bridges. That was work, okay? Might feel that one. All right, one more upper back movement with this strip. We're going to take this edge into the base of the skull. So do take your hand, feel where the back of your head is, and you'll notice these muscles. If you look up, the muscles come up and attach at the base of the skull. When we lay down, it's almost the same fold, elbow to palm of the hand. This edge is going to sit at the base of the skull so that your head, your skull, rests on the single strip. Okay? Now, I have some other videos, they're on YouTube, if you want to check them out, that show a little bit more in-depth look at where that sits. But once you feel it the first time, and you kind of feel how if you just look forward and bring this up, the edge sits and the back of your head touches the strap. The trick is getting this into a laying down position. This strap is going to go wonky again. So get yourself set up, laying down, and wiggle it around. Get that edge right at the base of the skull. Oh, it always feels so good. All right. Again, we have this double strip right in between the shoulder blades. We're hanging out here, and there's a little bit, a tiny bit of traction in our neck. It's putting pressure on the muscles that connect to the base of the skull. So if you feel this into your sinuses, into your forehead, into your eyebrows, that's normal. Okay, again, we're playing on edges. If it's sharp, stabbing, it's an awareness, it's an acknowledgement, and then you can move. Okay, either way, I'm going to hang out right here, connect to my exhale, knees are bent, feet are planted, feeling grounded, feeling heavy. If you want to open your eyes and look beyond your ceiling, imagining the stars twinkling away. Excellent. Bringing that awareness to your inhale. With your breath in this one, I do want you to take a few inhales and really connect to that sensation that your breath is filling up under your collarbones at the end of the breath. It's not a huge movement, but it's just that you're filling up right under those collarbones, not forcing it again, just allowing for that deeper breath. It does take practice. Now, when we move this time, we're going to be moving the head side to side. Now, your body, your willpower goes, yeah, I'm just going to turn my head like you're turning to look over your shoulder. That's not how we're moving the head. I want your head to be supported by the strap, and I want your head to feel, this is a demonstration, I want your head to feel like it's just falling over the edge. Okay. When we do this the first time, we're going to allow the head to move to the right, and you're just feeling for the corner edge of the strap. If there's a strong, uncomfortable sensation in your neck, your jaw, your shoulders, anything before that, remember, we're looking for whisper edges. We're not trying to hit definitive movements. And just notice that whisper edge. And as your head moves to the side, your eyeballs might get caught looking at something. Let them look beyond. And then we're going to bring the head up and it goes over to the left. And again, we're just feeling for the corner edge. It doesn't have to go very far. But we're just kind of letting the head fall, looking beyond our focus. Noticing our breath, noticing any sensations that arise, and being fine with any of them. Bringing the head back to neutral. Now, ideally, the strap would be about 2 millimeters wider for this exercise, but it's not. So we need to make for a small adjustment. You're going to use your hands. Do not use your neck muscles. You're going to use your hands. You're going to grab your head. You are going to gently move your head 1 millimeter to the left. Okay, that's a tiny little bit. All right, that would be like 1/8 of an inch, maybe. I'm not too sure on my conversions, but let's go that tiny little bit. So now you feel slightly off center, but what we're going to do is let the head fall to the right. The head falls to the right, and we are allowing whisper edges. That's where we'd stop. Wherever that edge may be, it might be your shoulder. It might be your neck. It might be your jaw. It may be your lower back. Doesn't matter. But we're just looking, letting the eyes gaze past whatever's in front of them, and allowing the inhale to come right up under that left collarbone. Noticing your willpower is going to try and adjust your neck. It's going to try and tuck your chin. It's going to try and move a certain way to really get that good spot. We're just hanging out here. Notice the connection to your exhale. Notice the connection to your inhale. Try not to let that left shoulder lift too far, just allowing for the movement in the neck. The head is just falling over to the side. Bringing your head back to center, nice and slow. You're going to take your hands, grab your head, move your head 2 millimeters to the right. So that's like 1/4 of an inch, I guess. And you're going to let your head fall over to the left. You are not symmetrical. This side is going to feel different than the other side. You may notice it in your left shoulder, your right shoulder, your neck, your jaw, your lower back, your inhale, your exhale, the middle of your back, your fingers. Just allow it to move. Again, we're going with the sense of gravity. We're going with the allowance of mobility in your neck, which is likely different than the other side. We're bringing that inhale right up under the right collarbone. And we're hanging out right here. And always respecting any edges that may get that anxious feeling. We're not pushing through those. We're acknowledging them, allowing for a couple of breaths, and then allowing the body to move. We've done enough pushing through things. We need to play edges. Bringing the head back up to center. One more time each side. Taking your hands, move your head 2 millimeters to the left. Arms go back down. It is not your neck that lifts your head, it is your arms. Your head falls gently over to the right. You may find more range. You might not. You may find a new sensation. This time, though, I do want you to notice the breath under your right collarbone just as much as your left collarbone. Allow your jaw to be soft. It's not needing to angle anywhere. We've heard for so many years we need to draw our jaw back towards our ears to find that perfect alignment. Don't worry about it. You'll notice that the jaw just kind of tucks sometimes, that your head just kind of falls. It feels funny. Just breathe. And then gently bringing your head back to center. Use your arms. There's no rush. Grab your head 2 millimeters to the right. Arms go down. Head falls over to the left. Try not to take your knees to the left as well. Keep your pelvis just nice and square, relaxed. Breathing up underneath the right collarbone and the left collarbone. Noticing the differences. Remember when we acknowledge asymmetry? 3 main contexts to look at: mobility, strength, and balance. We can work towards creating that symmetrical balance between all of those ranges, but they're never going to be perfect. And gently bringing your head back to center. It's going to feel a little bit off. Don't worry about it. Just allow yourself to take a couple breaths right here. Your feet, your pelvis, where the strap is through your back, your arms, the palms of your hands, back of your head, forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your sinuses. This can be a good one if you have a sinus infection, if it's not too uncomfortable to lay down. Rolling to your side again, same thing, reach with your arm, shoulders, head, pelvis, coming up to seated. All right. Hopefully your upper back feels a little wobbly, but as you sit, and even if you want to sit into a chair, not into a chair, but sit on a chair, sit on a bench, sit on your strap, you can usually feel, because I just want you to notice that there's this space. It's just nice wiggle space. It might feel like there's lightness, like there's cooling across your back. Might feel different. Just for fun, I want you to let yourself slouch a little bit. Yeah. And feel that. Come back to where it felt easy. Not gripping, just easy. Wiggle yourself around. Let there be movement. Take a couple deep breaths. And that is your upper back. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you felt some challenges. You can always, if you're watching this again, push pause. Stay in those movements a little bit longer. Do a few more movements. It's up to you. Either way, I'll see you in the next video.